I mean, we did something. If it wasn't for the SNP, we'd probably be in the same position that you guys are in
Oh,
for the rest of our lives.
what a vivid picture you paint there, Keith.
Now, was this superb SNP support absolutely right about Scotland and politics? Well, her name is Kirsty, and she rang Nick Abbot on his Normal Abnormal show, and she said this.
No, what it is I find the House of Lords an abomination. And I just don't understand how somebody could actually say because they do good deeds that it's okay.
Yeah.
The fact is, the main reason why I want away from this United Kingdom is for the fact is that it's one of the most corrupt, unelected. I mean, it's nearly as big as the Chinese Parliament. The
Yes.
House of Lords.
It's
I mean, the SNP refused to enter. I mean, you were talking about other parties. The SNP refused to go to the House of Lords because it's unelected.
Right.
And I mean, the Scottish government have done a lot more liberal things. The guy earlier on, I can't remember what his name was.
Me neither.
He said he was a historian or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
He turned round and said that because of the House of Lords, that's why the gays got married and all that.
Yeah.
The Scottish got rid of gay marriage before, nothing to do with the House of Lords, to do with our Parliament. You can have I've got nothing wrong with a second chamber, but I want an elected second chamber.
Yes, exactly.
I don't want, I mean, the fact is that Britain is the most archaic system, and like you guys in England are even worse off in the fact of your water.
Yes.
I mean, at least, I mean, we did something. If it wasn't for the SNP, we'd probably be in the same position that you guys are in with your dirty water.
Yeah, and the
fact
NHS,
is
you have
we have a better NHS. I'm a nurse, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
We have a better NHS on a fraction. I mean, Scotland gives more than we get back. Just imagine what we would have been able to do with
well,
all the money that we contribute.
if you had kept all the money from the oil that is just off the shore of Scotland, then you'd be.
If we would be Norway at the time,
exactly right.
We'd be the richest. We would be richer than Norway. Then they have the audacity to turn around and say we're too poor. The fact is an insult. It's actually a disgrace. And then what really gets my goat up is that Labour have come in. The whole reason the party started was to actually abolish the House of Lords. It was to abolish the inequalities of Britain. Britain must be one of the most unequal countries in the world, and it's getting worse.
Yes.
It's not getting any better.
You are completely correct in every respect, Kirsty. And if Scotland had kept this all, then all of everybody north of the border would be like Norwegians, up to their eyeballs in money they are. Richest people in the world, I think, per head of population.
What do you guys think? Is she right? Let me know down below. But not everyone agreed. Cue Keith from Grangemouth.
Yeah, well, I just come on to say there was a woman was on before me, and she was banging on about the SNP.
Yeah.
It's a well-known fact that Westminster give the SNP so much money that they don't know what to do with it. The oil is running out. Well, for all this thing about the oil should be back in the ground where it belongs because people are driving electric cars. We're supposed to get our energy from the sea and the wind and the sun.
Yeah.
We don't need it. We don't need Scottish oil.
No,
it's running out. It should be back in the ground where it belongs.
But you had.
Anyway, if the SNP were so good, why did they go from 48 seats to 9? It's because the people of Scotland are fed up with a racist party, and the racist party is the SNP.
Right. What do you mean by racist? I don't really want to get into this,
well,
but...
I went down to London in May, and I went down to London in September, and I said to the English people straight, we actually love you, we adore you, we want to be part of the UK.
Right. Were you drunk? Were you drunk at the time?
I've said to some radio stations before, we are quite happy. I'm a Brit jock. We are quite happy to suckle on Mother England's ample bosom for the rest of our lives.
What a vivid picture you paint there, Keith.
We love the English, we love the Welsh, we love the Northern Irish. We are Northern British.
Right,
what's wrong with having 4 countries all looking after each other?
You're spreading the love.
Putin won't go to war with us because
spreading the love.
We are too strong.
Thinly.
We are too strong an army for Vladimir Putin. But if we had a stupid little Scottish army, we'd be a target.
Right, okay. You seem agitated, Keith. You know, what with all that love that's flowing through you. You're a little bit too agitated. But I appreciate the call. Thanks a lot, mate.
Clearly spreading far too much love there, Keith. Also, clearly, our Keith has been smoking something he clearly shouldn't be. Also, I don't know where he got the racist line from, but he did make me chuckle because the more he spoke, the more he sounded like a bit of a clown, didn't he? But anyway, I just want to hope you all have a very, very prosperous 2025, and it just leads me to say I shall leave the video here and take care, my friends.